It's that show that Breezy and Nick do. It's What's West with Uncle Breeze.
So, today, I thought we should tackle saving the planet.
Yeah.
About time.
Yeah.
Get us on the case.
Get us on the
finally.
case. We'll crack it.
Right. So, just a bit of a preliminary one for you first, Jackie Breeze. What is your favourite planet?
It's a toss-up between Ea
Mm-hmm.
and Venus.
Right.
Because it just makes me laugh that the days are longer than the weeks.
Oh, yeah.
That'd make work go fast, wouldn't it?
Oh, wait, would it? I don't know. That's a long working day.
Oh, you coming out next week? Yeah.
But but that day at work is going to really drag on you.
Yeah. Don't know, it's going to take me 10 years to pay this loan off. That's not bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that'd be the next thing, wouldn't it? Would be setting up the next tax avoidance scheme would be registering your business in Venus. You know what I mean? So the years go dead quick.
Ah, right, I see.
Yeah.
You've put thought into this one.
Yeah, so maybe you put a loan out to someone.
Mm-hmm.
It's right, all right, you've got to pay this under a 5-year stretch in small print on Venus. Yay.
Wow.
And that's when you take the house.
Makes the Cayman Islands look legit.
Yeah, and we've already sorted them out.
We've got that fixed. All right. Well, I'm going to take that answer as Earth because otherwise it's going to be much too short. So we'll save Earth if that's all right with you. All right. So
Go team.
Team Earth. Jacob Breeze, why do we as a species find it so hard to not drive ourselves to extinction?
Because we like fucking a lot more than we love being alive. You think about it. Big cars. Mostly dudes buying them because they want to fuck. People flying around on planes to get to places to make money because they want to fuck. You know what I mean? Like, we have like loads of like electricity being pumped out to watch other people fuck online.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Freud had it bang on.
Dicks all the way down.
Yeah, like why are we obsessed with wiping ourselves out? Because men exist and we're shit. We're such a flawed design. It needs to be man Mark 2. Just take the bullshit, the chimp bit out.
Yeah, I think that's the issue in a lot of places where we obviously have this great capacity for learning and consideration and harmony and all of that, but you're still 90% chimp at least and 50% snake. It's still going to be, if an individual sees a chance to just have something, over a large enough number of people, the odds are really bad.
It's like, have they seen that orangutan using a spear for catch a fish?
No.
Yeah, they've seen that.
Wow.
They were buzzing. I don't know who they are, but I've seen it.
You now?
Yeah, some scientists seen it, and I've just seen it secondhand. Because again, once they heard about the work we've been doing on this show, they're like, I agreed. Check this out. Orangutan fishing.
Yeah.
But it's basically like just giving a chimp an AK-47. I think that the reason that we love wiping ourselves out so much is the fact that it's the same reason that we do fast food. Every single bit of your body is just like, but if you just cram "this is good" into your brain enough, and you just have the right cocktail of mouth orgasm. You think about it, people will pay upwards of £400 sometimes for one evening of mouth orgasm. Mega posh restaurants.
Yeah.
And you just think how long's a meal, an hour?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
£400, you could have bought a decent amp with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You could have gone on holiday and back. I mean, ideally not on a plane, because fucking hell, that's polluting. But you could have hired a caravan somewhere nice like Wales for a while, or the Cotswolds. I don't know where the Cotswolds are, but I heard.
Sounds nice, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sounds good, doesn't it? Anywhere that sounds like it was the name of an old village.
Yes,
the Cotswolds.
Yeah,
you can't imagine and today the third day of the Civil War in the Cotswolds. You can't imagine it, can you?
Doesn't sound right.
The two sides cannot come to the agreement. The ceasefire was broken.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen, does it?
No.
But anyway, I I think that's why we're obsessed with wiping each other out. It's just because if everyone could just chill out and just admit we like to fuck, some of us are into weird shit, and we all like mouth orgasm.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Let's just accept it, move on.
But would that fix anything, though? I mean, that sounds like, just people saying, yeah, I do that. I don't see how that fixes the problem.
One, you've not got any more people wasting time.
Pretending that they don't...
Yeah, pretend
like
that they
to
don't
bone,
like that they don't like to bone, or they don't like other people boning. Asexual people, holler at you.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying you don't exist.
Mm-hmm.
What I am saying is that think about how much time we took up just figuring out that if two blokes or two women, or however you wish to identify, could get married.
Yeah, I mean, that was wasted energy in every way. And
Time that wasted.
Yeah.
Think how much time deciding, oh, wait a minute, these people who have different amounts of melanin in the skin, doesn't really matter.
Oh, no, absolutely.
And we still haven't figured that little chestnut out.
But I mean, that would suggest that as we've become more open and sexually permissive and less discriminatory about people's sexual orientation, and obviously the internet shows us what kind of things are tolerated in the sexual realm now, you'd think that we would be getting a bit better, but we're definitely not.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, like in terms of our impact on the planet, we're not.
Very true, but that's the next thing, isn't it? It's not coincident. Summer of Love, straight on the moon.
Yeah.
Bang. 2 blokes on moon. Bang, straight away. Done. Tick.
You think the first thing they did was bang?
No, as in...
Because I get it. I mean, screw the Mile High Club.
As in, like, there's this explosion of freedom and expression. Bang, straight on the moon. Tick.
You think JFK was just getting it so much, he was like, yeah, go to the moon now.
Well, it's like same with, like, the 80s. Big explosion of consciousness in terms of gay rights and stuff. A few years later, internet. Tick. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I might say that it is a sort of a coincidence. I think it's more of a coincidence than a definite causal link.
Oh, I'm not saying it's causal. I'm saying it's suspicious.
Right.
It's just suspicious, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not telling me that the sort of... For example, Mikhail Gorbachev, I think it was Gorbachev, we have no sex in the Soviet Union.
Did he say that?
Yeah. We don't have sex in the Soviet Union.
Was that like a ploy to be like, don't worry about us, America, we're going to be gone in a generation?
Well, I think something to do with like Western degeneracy or something. But a few years later...
Is that a strong message at home? Like, that seems...
Think about it. Everyone was like, we've had enough of that. Soviet Union falls. Tick.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
So if it's a course of the dream of communism or getting to have some, yeah,
Tick.
decision made. I see that. If you stand up your fundamental ideology against people being able to bone, you are asking to be assassinated.
Yeah. Well, look at I forgot her name. President of New Zealand.
Jacinda.
Pregnant. And manages to go through a national pandemic, a horrific shooting.
Such a boss.
And I think it wasn't there something else went on in New Zealand? Was there like a volcano or something?
In New Zealand?
Was it a volcano?
I don't know, but I mean that list is impressive already.
But yeah, again, sorted it out. Tick.
So what's the link there? I mean, she's a woman and extremely badass. But are you saying because she got some, i.e. became pregnant, that's why she's bossing it?
Tick. No, but in fairness, just because she's a boss human.
Oh yeah.
Like, boss human. This is what I'm saying, like, the point I'm making is that it's always blokes fucking it up.
Yeah, so I think I agree that sex is the issue, but not coitus, like the male sex are screwing it all up.
It's all part of it, though.
For whatever reason. It's just, guys just are not the one.
But it's all part of it. I mean, it creeps a bit outed now. Nicola Sturgeon doing a thing. I'd love for it to be Scottish. If there was an independent Scotland, I'd move. Tick. You know what I mean? Because there's not some bloke running about like Boris Johnson with 18 kids.
Yeah.
Just like, do your job.
Maybe that's the solution. If you can make men bear the children, finally get some empathy on that subject, but also flip that balance where it's like, oh, sorry lads, you've got to be at home, furthering the species and all of that. Got to let the women just take the wheel for a few years at a time. If you see your Sturgeon, your ACO, your Jacinda, your Merkels, like just get a few grown-ups in the room for a change.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying, do you ever look at Parliament, especially like Barry Fletcher? I look at the looks and some of them women's faces, and they're just like, oh, I'm fucking done with this.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like the equivalent of some kid, the lads blasting a football into your game of hopscotch. You look over and it's like, what are you doing?
It's not changed since school.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, it's just, that's why I think the problem is that like fucking is just on dudes' minds too much. You know what I mean? We're just wired up wrong. And I think that's where it comes in, because it's all instant gratification. It feeds into instant gratification.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's just a problem with the way that we're built, and obviously, like being hound dogs is a part of that. But I think there's just nature has made some differences in the sexes, and there's a lot of cultural stuff, but a lot of the stuff that is a bit more on average hardwired into men, it's generally not the person you actually want in the room.
No, it's not. You ever looked at your dick?
I have.
Like, look at it.
I mean,
horrible.
I'm not saying anyone else should.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Like, you think about it, the penis sums up the problem with blokes.
It's either like, ugh, or it's like, ugh,
yeah, but as well,
and it's neither is good.
They're made for purpose, not finesse.
Like blokes.
Just,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like,
you want something pounded. That's a man. Just something brainless and just physical without thought. There you go.
Yeah.
Get the male of the species.
They're just
on it.
not aesthetically pleasing, are they?
Oh God, no.
Like, there's a reason that the female form is a lot more popular in art.
Oh yeah.
Just because there's more going on.
Yeah. It's a second thing. You're like Michelangelo's David. How long are you going to spend looking at his genitals? It's nothing. You don't want that.
No.
It would be worse art if he, was better endowed. You don't want that.
No, you don't.
It's awful.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I think the Romans had it right. Just put a little dick on there. Just don't have to be the main focus. Just yeah, he's got one. Carry on.
Yeah.
What I mean?
That's like men in art tend to be it's like on a horse, getting killed, at a loom, something. You don't just want to like look at a dude.
No.
Ugh.
You know what I mean? It's There's just been Troy. I bet there's been very few wars fought because some girl ran off with another
Yeah.
lord.
Oh no, Dave, come back.
Dave.
Come on, girls, let's go get him.
Nah. How
No,
about
you're fine.
you don't need him?
Yeah.
Fuck him.
and that's exactly it. It's like, right, we're gonna go and murder all of these people because they took a woman I want. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
And in fairness, dudes who are listening to this, I ain't saying that women ain't crazy sometimes, just like blokes are crazy sometimes. But I'm
Everyone's
saying that
different.
if we look at the raw data, you know what I mean?
When you look at the the statistics on millions of humans, whenever it's you got your male versus female statistics, there's a story there. Everyone's an individual. Nothing is determined about who you're going to be, but who's causing all the trouble really?
Yeah, you think about it. Remember that survey they did with women? They was like, what would you do if men didn't exist? And the answers were quite telling. Like, I'd go out in the street at night and not have to worry about yada yada. And you just think to yourself,
so depressing.
fucking hell.
Yeah.
We're the problem, mate. Like, let's have it right. Maybe not us specific. Maybe I am a bit. Like,
you're trying, mate. I don't think you're too much of the problem.
Like, I definitely have contributed badness to the world.
I can see young Breezy before these years of wisdom, maybe being slightly more rambunctious. But I mean, and that's the thing, right? It's not any particular thing about that applies to all dudes. But it's like once you get 100 of them, I don't want that near me.
Chanting. That's why I don't like it.
Oof, yeah.
Chanting.
Yeah.
You get too many blokes together and you get chanting. It's like a chemical reaction. No, thank you. We shouldn't be allowed alcohol.
Harsh, probably fair, or at least, if not fair, probably wise.
There you go. So that's why we're slowly going off the cliff environmental wise.
Yeah. So come on, ladies, step it up. It's your time. Just, get us out of the way or back in the, if not kitchen. I mean, just, I don't know, put men in a shed or wherever it is they want to be, and just get us all out of the way.
Just
get to fixing it.
Just get behind the wheel. We're too pissed to drive.
Yeah.
Just get behind the wheel, man.
Yeah, we've had our millennia. We've screwed it up.
We had one too many.
Yeah.
Just drive. Just drive.
Just set a bit of a new precedent, and then we can all like stumble out into the light and be like, oh, actually, this is better, and we'll all get in line. Yeah. Oh, babe. Yeah, help us out.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
that's the future.
Yeah. All right. Cool. I think. All right. I think we're onto a winner there. time to kick back.
Solved.
All right. In that case, Jacob Rees, how do we make climate change a central issue in our politics? Because this always seems like the thing for me. I can speak to everyone I know and they're like, yeah, I take this really seriously. And then you look at the news, the papers, the polls, the election results, and actually, we don't care about that as a country. What do we do?
In the same way that you live a happy and fulfilled existence, you don't compare yourself to other people. Because the biggest thing I always hear is, what about China? There's 1 billion of them. Look at all the lights. Coal. Stop. Chill out. Calm down. Get that redness out your face. Do you not think that maybe a better way of looking at it is, do you not think it'd be great if we could go, yeah, but what can we do?
Yeah.
Do you not think rather than saying, what about China? Going, yeah, what about China? You're not telling me there's not a Chinese fella somewhere going, oh, look at Germany. Don't you wish we could be doing that? You know what I mean? Look at the Netherlands. Don't you wish we could be doing that?
Oh, yeah.
I seriously doubt the 1 billion people that live in China, you're telling me every single one of them is going, yes, burn!
Quick, put more coal on!
Put the coal on! Lad, I'm leaving the car on tonight just for a laugh.
And also, China actually is doing quite a lot about the environment.
Loads. Massive investors.
Like, once they've got past the point of, poverty being the most common thing, gone to like, right, well, we're sort of invested in this planet now, as a whole, let's do something about it. And we've we don't have an empire anymore. Wow. Oh, why should we even bother saving the planet that's not ours?
But it's not like every time they're throwing a spade of coal on, they're going, fuck Britain in particular.
Yeah.
I mean, in fairness, a lot of countries have the right to do that, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we, are bad.
Yeah.
To many, many nations and peoples out there. We are, need to be sorry about that for a lot longer.
Yeah. It's like we're still trying to figure out the fact that we don't own Hong Kong. You've seen how far away Hong Kong is?
Yeah.
So we don't own that anymore. Like, look at... It's just like...
It makes the Falklands look like silly ass.
Yeah, it's just like... What are you doing, you silly bugger? Like, you knew this was happening. I just love the fact that in, like, the 1900s, they're like, oh, so we have claim on Hong Kong for, what is it, like 100 years? Like, they're just like, well, in 100 years, they can deal with it. Literally just kicking the can down the road.
How much of politics and planning is that?
Just kicking the can down.
I've just done that yet, and just... Well, might be my problem then. I mean, that's it, and it's yeah.
Politics is the equivalent of someone doing a big shit in your bathroom and then just going, I'd leave it 5 minutes. Do you know what I mean? That's all that's been going on.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we need to do, rather than being like, someone will deal with it. Because that's something that like I always used to hear is the scientists will figure it out. But now I'm of the age where I'm like, no, like, we are those scientists now.
The scientists have said, you need to do all of these things, and we've gone like, okay, well, let's wait until scientists not only figure it out, but magically can make it all happen without all the money, resources, and political will that would be required.
So, can I still have a Nando's? Well, fuck you then. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is what I don't understand. Because I mean, in fairness, little bits of it are happening because it's all about individual change. Meat consumption is slowly going down. You know what I mean? Everybody hates SeaWorld. Like, it's starting to work.
Yeah.
But like, it's the fact that the way to get it into the mainstream of politics is to just try and somehow make it anti-establishment. Because, like, at the moment, anti-establishment politics, or the veneer of anti... Because Jeremy Corbyn was anti-establishment.
But in the wrong way.
Yeah. Whereas Boris is like, Boris is anarchy. If you looked up anarchy in a dictionary, Boris Johnson would come up. His hair's anarchy. His sentences are anarchy.
His principles.
Are anarchy.
Yeah.
Like, all the anarchists out there, you've found your saint.
I was going to the hospital. I was shaking hands with all of them.
It's like, that's anarchy in a nutshell,
Screw
isn't it?
your rules.
Yeah, fuck you, man. But it's like, but people love him because it's just like, yeah, fuck him.
Yeah.
And you see that with Trump, yeah, fuck him. You've seen it all the way around the world, a lot. And we need to figure out a way of turning that ship towards the people who we actually need, the actual establishment. Corporations chopping down rainforests. Yeah. Coke. Stop drinking Coke. We'll start there.
Yeah.
Fuck Coke off.
Yeah.
I mean, and, you know, and it's as well, it's this mad idea of putting the onus on individual human beings.
Yeah. Come on, Tim. It's your...
Yeah.
You've got to sort this out.
Only you can sort out recycling. It's just like, mate, Germany are that good at recycling, they have to import it. How good is that? What's your main import? Other people's shit.
Yeah.
They're never going to run out. It's never going to run out. Endless income importing people's shit.
It's this classic. We just don't want to be bothered with stuff like that. It's, it seems like a lot of hassle.
Yeah.
It's like, why would we spend 5 to 10 years and a bunch of money making a change that will make us better off forever? Nah.
What we need is a Trump version of Greta Thunberg. Who could just walk in front of like the Koch brothers and just be like, wrong, you're doing the wrong thing. I'm not having. You're lying if you say you've not seen at least one Trump video and raised a giggle. He would have been a really gifted comedian. His timing is bang on. Like comic timing wise, Donald Trump is a genius. Like I've watched some of his speeches, and don't get me wrong, he's an awful autocratic knobhead. But fuck me, he can tell a funny when he wants for it to.
Well, he's instinctive. He's like, he's a people person just on the side of the coin where it's manipulating people, getting them on side, putting them at ease, making them feel listened to, but without any of the actually, feeling anything about other people.
And also when he cleaned the movement on. When we played that Extinction Rebellion event in Deansgate.
Yeah.
I took the time to go through all the comments on the MEN article, and some of them, I shouldn't laugh, because these are my countrymen.
But a lot of them are laughable.
But a lot of it was like,
I
hope fucking Greg's is open, or whatever it were. I think it was, oh yeah, it's like, I hope I can still get Weatherspoons. It's just like, I'd love to live that life. Imagine if that was the biggest problem in your life.
But yeah, I guess the thing. I guess that's the thing. You can, but only by consistently not paying attention to a lot of the things that are happening to other people.
Well, I think that the way to do it, it's like seatbelts. All it took is one generation of parents going, put your seatbelt on. No. Put it on. That's all it needs. Just put your seatbelt on. Like, because the government went, right, if you've not got the seatbelts on and they're under a certain age, you're getting fucked. You know what I mean? Same with speed limits, whatever. You know what I mean? And there needs to be that kind of thing with environmental stuff. I know that there's some regulations and that, but if you must regulate the populace first, so be it. But then let's get going on, people dumping shit into the ocean and stuff. It still amazes me that landfill's a thing. We're going to dig a big hole and put a lot of stuff in it. Cats do that.
Yeah.
With their excrement.
Yeah.
Like, how's that?
And it's really big. It's not just stuff that we just cannot get rid of any other way. It's just stuff that we cannot be bothered to deal with properly. Just put it all in a big hole. I can't be bothered dealing with it all. Even though most of it will actually be recyclable or reusable in some way.
It's like, can we see it? No. Job done.
Yeah.
Mental.
And we've just been sending it to other countries who have, just been, valued the money rather than dealing with the stuff. But that's sort of drying up, and more places are like, we don't want your garbage, thank you very much.
No,
we're going to have to start dealing with it ourselves, then we're screwed.
Exactly. And I think that's how you do bring it to the forefront. Because as well, the people that are campaigning for it, like, Greta Thunberg was a good one. Because it showed that if your kid can grasp this...
Yeah. This kid is talking more sense.
Yeah.
in a handful of tweets than a large proportion of adults have ever come up with.
And this is what's mad, is that the criticism is always, well, what's the plan? 14 years old! What was your plan at 14?
But you could say that about anything. Sort of like, oh, well, I mean, I suppose slavery is bad, but, what's your plan? It's what we're already doing.
Yeah.
Well,
It's just like, well, that's the
take
way.
it seriously.
like,
Stop
well,
doing it.
The Chinese will never agree. That's what does me. Have you noticed? It always loops back in this country. The Chinese.
It's whataboutism.
Yeah.
It's exactly that of like, well, why should I deal with anything? Because something else is going on over there. And so what you're saying is basically no one should ever do anything that requires any effort for a positive change because there are other people. You don't control them.
It's either that or Chinese political espionage is alive and well in Tilsley. So many of them blokes in pubs must have a direct line to Xi Jinping to know that the Chinese aren't going for it.
It's selective nihilism, isn't it?
It's mental.
Saying I refuse to care about this thing because of insert blank, probably China.
But I mean, yeah, that's the way you've got to enrich people's lives.
Mm.
There was a time in this country where every local park had a bandstand in it. Every local park.
Mm.
Have you seen?
That might actually get used.
Have you seen pictures of Piccadilly Gardens before they put that big grey wall up?
Yeah.
It's absolutely stunning.
Mm.
Look at it now.
Mm.
Fucking, it looks like a location on Fallout. I'm expecting half a guy to go up to me and go, "What's up, smooth skin?" Do you know what I mean? Like, and this is what I think you need to give people a sense of pride in their environment to bring it to the forefront of politics. Because politicians run on votes, but also at the moment it must be pretty chill being a politician in certain areas because they're banking on nihilism, they're banking on ennui and on apathy.
Yeah.
Because nothing will get done.
Yeah.
But I think things are going to change for the big time. The fact that people went out there to risk their lives to protest for Black Lives Matter, literally risk their lives and the lives of their loved ones. Like, it's when people go on about, joining the French Resistance. What people don't talk about is like, of course I would have joined the French Resistance. But you've got to think about, if you join the French Resistance, you're against the Nazis, mate. Like, are you quite happy to run across this message on a pedal bike, knowing that if you get caught, all your family's murdered?
It's by the worst people in the world.
The actual Nazis. And I'm not equating them, but I'm saying it's the same kind of vibe of a lot of those people probably were vulnerable or knew vulnerable people. And some people will call it reckless. But I think knowing that that's the situation and that risk, just to say to people you've never met, look, we're sick of it too. We're sick of this. And that's what the environmental movement needs. We're sick of this. We're not doing it anymore. Like, this is what it's like with the lockdown thing. And we spoke about it loads. If tomorrow the Prime Minister went, this is the shape of things so we can sort out climate crisis, I honestly think there'd be very few people who'd go, oh no, fuck it. If this is what it takes, if the stay-at-home thing, minus not being able to congregate, laughing. Think how much traffic you take off the roads from the commute.
Oh yeah.
Easy mode.
I mean, just think about the human potential that is lost in all of those hours of people going to and from work, sat in their car, probably stressed, bored, or miserable. Like, just the human time that is wasted.
Yeah. You start kidding yourself. If you waste enough time in life, you start thinking life's a waste of time. It's true.
Yeah.
A lot of people feel that way, and I feel for them. I do.
I think you hit a very good point where, people got to have pride and being able to just have a certain standard of life. Like, it's pretty straightforward, for us, I think, a lot of this stuff. But if if you've been watching your local community, be worse and worse off, and having the government, clearly not caring about that, and having these things accelerate and have your chances drying up, it's not as obvious that, to be engaged in the problems of the wider world and what might happen.
Of course
Especially if you've got, people in your life that you are trying to protect.
That's what amazes me. It's like, we need to get our heads out of our asses. So And we go, what about India? What about India? Like, man, people there's some people there in major, actual, not perceived, but like abject poverty, absolute poverty. Because like comparative poverty and abject poverty are two different things. There are people that are in abject poverty. I'm not going to have a do at home for mining coal.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Or using petrol. You can't. So like, I tell you what, how about we help them out? Let's give people a leg up.
Yeah.
Like, this is what, again, we go back to tax avoidance class. Imagine we could, with the amount of money that's made in this country, we could send all around the world. Yeah, lads, I heard you like solar panels. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like China have got it cracked. All right, yeah, a lot of it is to do with sphere of influence, but go into poor African nations and building roads, building infrastructure. Let's get things going. I mean, obviously everyone knows there's backhanders and that going on, but you know what? If it helps people out, who cares?
I mean, it's obviously it's not an unalloyed good. There's a lot of bad things that have happened there, and it's not something we know enough about to really comment on. But in terms of how you manage yourself as a nation, who you are in the world, going out into other places and building and putting in infrastructure, that's the sort of thing we used to do if we could own it and push people around. And once we've been in a position to actually go out and do that just as partnership, we just look inward, go more inward.
Mental behaviour.
And not even do it here. It's not like we even look after our own infrastructure particularly well. Privatising off, the water supply.
Mental. When was the last time you seen a bus stop without a window put through? Like, that just...
Well, they just stopped putting windows in most of them.
Mental.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. I think that's how you bring it to the attention of your government, is that it's got to start with having some kind of scope of your community. Having communities band together. Use your vote with your wallets. You know what I mean? When was the last time you bought a plastic bag willingly? You know what I mean? That all they did was charge 5p for them. Effect's been massive.
Yeah.
5 pence.
Yeah.
Fantastic. You know what I mean? They're slowly phasing out single-use plastics. Awesome. I mean, slowly. Why slowly? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When we've got the technology there ready.
The paper bag.
Yeah, well, and also, like, stuff like the fact that you can have ones made out of potato starch that just break down. What's the beef?
Yeah.
I mean, it grows in the ground. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Think how much food goes to waste.
Oh yeah.
We could. You're not telling me there's not a boffin somewhere who can figure that one out. You know what I mean?
Well, you can sort of biofuel is a thing. Again, you have all this landfill, but actually all of that degrading, biological stuff could be turned into more energy. There's a lot that we can do that we're just not doing.
And if we get desperate, we just start burning the bodies of hedge fund managers for fuel. Another one. Poof. There you go. That's powered Blackpool for a bit. Right, next. Looping back to next episode.
Next is becoming quite a scary word. I'm starting to get a little bit jumpy about the word.
Yeah, the views that I express do not necessarily reflect my actual views.
I think I think we should move on before.
Let's move on before there's any more bodies pile up.
Okay. Well, this might be the wrong question then, but Jacob Rees, if only one could survive, would you choose the human race or planet Earth?
Ooh, that's basically what the question is. There a point of Earth without humans on it?
Well, I mean, I think there definitely is. I think we're not that anthropocentric, I hope. Well, if we're not here, fuck it. What's the point?
Well, I mean, all I'm thinking if you asked a panda that question, they'd probably choose panda every time.
But that's the whole point. We are sort of in the position to make this choice. Not this exact choice, but we are able to choose. We are aware of the stakes. We know what we are on the planet. We know what we're doing. A shark is never going to choose anything except that exact shark that it is ever. But we've got a bit of.
But if there's no Earth, we're just floating about.
Yeah. Well, let's say, there's either humans go and live somewhere else, Venus, have your little fun scenario there or something. But,
Sorry, I thought you meant just the Earth just goes poof.
And we're the human race gets to live for another 10 seconds.
I mean, everyone's got spacesuits on, but we're all just floating about going, what's happening? What's going on? It was there a minute ago.
Well, it seems like, we're looking at a number of, really catastrophic scenarios where, if not the planet itself, climate change, ecological devastation, massive, massive loss of all kinds of species and environments. We're looking down, if we keep going in the wrong direction, we're looking at, the end of all, lots of life on Earth as we know it, and that's because of us. So, just on a theoretical perspective, where do your loyalties lie?
Can we take our pets with us?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on then. But
take Fido to space and.
I just think we could.
Sorry, bees.
Could we do it on the sly? Just be like.
just sneak off.
Just all the normal people get together.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, right, listen. There's a planet over there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Finland. How many hedge fund managers and bankers have you got? Not many. Right. Germany. Yes. How many people just not directly contributing have you got? A fair few. Right. Should we all get together on Thursday and just go? Because basically all you do is go, right, we're holding a big finance conference. And all the people who work for Shell and Pepsi and, the people who are selling sex to kids from Disney, not all of Disney, just them people, they're invited. There's going to be cocaine and lax economic restrictions galore. Too many to number the amount of non-restrictions. And we're going to be there, and Donald Trump and the fucking ghost of Maggie Thatcher had making a speech. What do you reckon? And then at noon we're going to roast a poor child on an open fire. Yeah, let's do it. Drive all them that way, and then we will go, right, get in the rockets, go. Everyone get in. Quiet though, or they'll hear you. Because they own Amazon and Google. So we won't be able to talk about it on the phone, because Jeff Bezos would be like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
with his weird alien looking. There's something going on there. He's a lizard, isn't he? We just leave them there to do their thing, and we just escape with our pets and with their pets.
Ooh.
Because I don't think they treat their pets well.
Probably put them in fancy handbags or what have you.
It's hanging in it.
Yeah.
No life for a chihuahua, that.
No.
You know what? Chihuahuas, we'll leave them there as well, just as a species.
Sorry,
I hate
guys.
them.
Yeah.
Horrible dogs. We leave them there. And then, I'd have that. I'd happily just be a spacefaring race. It'd be mint. It'd be like... Then again, I suppose, looking out the window on the drive would be depressing. What's that? More blackness.
Yeah.
Because if you look at when the sun's shining, it's all the time, isn't it?
I don't think sunshine has quite the same effect if you're in a little tin can in space.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't look at it, can you? You'd have
to still hurt your eyes, yeah.
You'd have to put some sunnies on. Well, everyone pack some sunnies.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd happily be a spacefaring race, mate.
Yeah.
Because there'd be so much to do. Be like, let's check out that planet. Let's do this. We've bumped into some ancient civilization. I think, to be honest with you, I think it's natural and inevitable that eventually we'll leave Earth. Because I think eventually we'll go beyond nation. You know what I mean? And I think that what will be left behind is stuff like profit. You know what I mean? And then we'll have gay space communism or whatever, which I would love to see. I'd love to see luxury gay space communism. But yeah, I think Yeah, I'd take that. I'd leave Earth behind. All I'm thinking though is, if we, like in this scenario, if the humans leave, fuck it, we will take Bezos with us. Because I'm not going to leave that for the animals. You know what I mean? Like, you do you, boo. But like, we'll take him with us.
Is that to save the animals, or because you think you can use his weird mind?
Just to save the animals.
Right.
You'd figure out a way of making them work in stock room.
Yeah.
There'd be an orangutan somewhere smoking fags on its break.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell. On a 12-hour shift.
Yeah.
Well, it's worth it for a few juicy ripe bananas.
Yeah.
But if we could leave and keep the Earth doing its thing, yeah, I'd leave. And have us go somewhere else. We start again. Yeah, I'd have that. I'd start again. Even if it meant we'd have to do the same thing in a few years.
Oh wow.
Just because...
Become sort of nomadic types.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Because I've always felt that way. Like, I look at the Mongolian folk who live in yurts, like the nomadic guys who are still doing it, which apparently is still like half the population last time I checked the figures. But
Wow.
I don't want to say that with any certainty because that was probably a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always really respected that, knocking about, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe we can just do that, but planet-wise. Because there's going to be less of us eventually, because, you know, as quality of life increases, mean amount of children per family decreases. So there's going to be less of us eventually. And maybe it'll get down to the point where there's just like 50 of us and we live for millions of years. And we're just like, we don't use words anymore. It's like, shall we go somewhere else? Yeah, I'm looking for a new house. And we just go, you know what I mean?
Jake Breeze is rubbing his head in another way that suggests telepathy.
Well, I mean, texting's telepathy. We've already done that.
Yeah, if once put your Nokia in your head.
Banging. But yeah, that's, yeah, leave Earth.
All right, so I'd frame this as a bit of a Noah question, but I think we're going to adapt a little bit. You've got room for 10 species. Who do you take?
Us. Humans.
Yeah.
1.
I was going to give you that, but fair enough. We're down to 9.
Cats and dogs.
Right.
Because, 1, entertainment. You can watch them chase each other.
Mm-hmm.
2, dogs we can use for all sorts. You know what I mean?
Hunting.
Yeah.
Um,
Cats will get rid of any...
fetching.
Because there's bound to be mice that get on. I don't care if I'm only taking 10. There's always a mouse that gets on. Jumps on the boat.
It sounds like a bit of a Tom and Jerry style scenario that we've got here. Of
We need some entertainment. I don't know, like keeping as in just on the Earth.
Well, I'd envisage sort of a bit of a world-altering flood situation. Who are you going to save? But you seem pretty antsy to get off the thing, so
I just
potentially take them with you.
Yeah, we'll have cats and dogs and us. It's hard, this.
That's no more that you want.
Noah must have been stressed. Stressed, man.
Well, he didn't have to choose. He just had to build the boat.
See what I mean? Noah had it easy.
Yeah.
This is stressful.
Everything apart from fish and ducks, he's like, it's all coming my way.
Chill out, Noah. Try walking a mile in my shoes. Only like choose 10.
Yeah.
You had 2 of everything. Greedy. Fucking hell. I'd probably have... Oh, God, it's hard, because there's not many animals I like.
I thought the problem would be the other way, that you had to, had too many to choose from, but I mean... Yeah.
If there's only 10 of them in the world, there's going to be shitloads of them.
Fourth. Yeah.
So you don't want to choose a shit one, like flies.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want, 10% of all species to be...
Bees.
Yeah, bees.
We'll have bees.
I was going to say, I mean, bees just a classic. Bees do so much for us.
And they're cute.
They are cute little buzzy bee.
Yeah, and you've seen that video of one high-fiving someone?
No.
Yeah. Puts its leg up, and then a bloke just puts his thumb on its thing. He's like, high five, and it's like, wee. Number 5. So we have bees. Oh God, I probably better have some sea animals. I like jellyfish.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're cool, and we'll have turtles for eating.
Right.
So that'd be the circle of life there.
I can't believe jellyfish made it on, but...
They're cool jellyfish. Look at them floating about. I like them. Actually, no, yeah. I love jellyfish. I'm gonna have some octopi.
Right.
I like them. What am I on now? 8.
You've had 7.
7. I like octopi. They're cool, aren't they? And plus, they're clever.
They're smart. They might be able to figure out some stuff that we can't. They've got very interesting brains. They're well smart.
Well, the thing is that I like more sea animals than I do land animals. Because the sea animals stay in their lane. You never hear of sea animals causing bother in a village.
Yeah.
They just do the thing. They're in there.
I mean, yeah. I mean, generally, most sea animals aren't near that many villages.
But there you go, though.
A selection effect.
They stay there. We stay here.
Well, they're going to be on your spaceship. Presumably, got a big tank full of.
Yeah, exactly.
Octopuses.
Behind a big tank. No trouble. No bother. No bother whatsoever. You can have that tank.
I mean, an octopus might be sneaking on out and unscrewing valves and so on. They're pretty prankstery.
Again, every ship needs a bit of entertainment. And as you know, we can use the dogs for sniff them out.
Yeah.
Because I bet you they smell strong octopuses. Look at them. Although they've got a lot of arms, I bet they can clean easily.
That's
I'd like an octopus arm to clean me back with. 7. What else? I'd have... Fucking hell. I quite like ants. I'd have a big ant farm.
Good team players.
Yeah. Cool guys. They can lift loads.
Strong. Yeah.
Eat all the stuff that's died.
Yeah.
Cause we need to get an ecosystem going. I'm trying to think of stuff that's cool that I like. That also...
You can let run around a planet and it all start interacting. Yeah.
Platypus for the fuck of it.
So if we do meet some aliens, we go like, look, we got
Got one of yours.
Yeah.
Last one, a duck.
Ducks.
I have ducks because kids like feeding them.
Right.
So and I love a good duck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
they could eat the ants. They could eat the octopuses if they got quick enough.
I wouldn't fancy a duck's chance against most octopuses.
But many ducks. All the ducks in the world against all the octopuses in the world. I reckon they'd have a fighting chance of at least getting a few.
I think that's absolute carnage. Unless it's an exclusively land-based battle, I don't see them looking for the ducks. I've got to say, I think that's a one-way street.
I don't know, but ducks just because they're just nice, aren't they? I've never looked at a duck and gone, oh, another one.
Yeah, well, they're just like they're the opposite of geese in temperament almost, where it's like, yeah, you can always be chill with a duck.
Yeah.
Just hang out.
You know what? No, I'm going to fuck dogs off and just keep cats. Or am I?
The suspense is.
No, we'll keep them. Because,
You got lucky dogs.
well, enough people like them that there'd be a revolt if we got rid of them.
I think if you brought jellyfish and everyone had to leave their dogs behind, I think you might have a mutiny on day 1.
You just think about it. Our flag would be a turtle with a jellyfish in its mouth with a duck sat on its back.
That's a good flag.
Yeah, I'd love that. But yeah, I love a good jellyfish. I do. I like the way. I like the vibe.
Is it the aesthetic? Is it the fact they don't do anything unless you drift into it?
One, you never see a stressed jellyfish.
No, I mean, how would you tell? But I mean, I think a creature that can't make any choices would have no reason to get stressed.
They are exactly. They are laid back, man.
I mean, so is a tree or a stone.
Yeah, they are. Again, trees are laid back. And sure, I like trees and the stuff that lives in them. Oh no, yeah, we'll take out dogs. We'll put birds in.
Birds.
Obviously, I don't know a specific breed of bird to keep.
I think you got to pick one. We can't give you all of the birds, otherwise you just take all the mammals and.
What birds sing nice? Parrots can fuck up. I hate parrots. They're just nasty, mean. Although that one in Rusholme were alright. But I'm trying to think. What's in that? Starling. We'll have a starling.
Oh, starling.
Yeah.
I thought we were taking a real left turn.
Not a wild starling, a left turn. Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, a nice singing or a thrush. No, we'll have a thrush. Thrush sing better.
Thrushes.
Yeah, thrushes sing nice.
Alright, soz dogs.
There you go. Because then at least then in the morning you've got something to look at in
Yeah.
the sky.
I think some sky representation makes sense. Seems yeah.
Because the thing is, I didn't want to overload it with C, because I would have gone 10C. But you've got to have something to look at,
Yeah.
on the ground.
Yeah.
So yeah, and plus I think then the thrushes could probably eat ants.
I think they can.
Yeah, there you go then. Ecosystem, cracked it.
There we go.
Yeah.
So, hope you enjoy the surface of Venus, guys. All right. So, Jakey Breeze, if you had a time machine and you could and had to do one thing to stop climate change and save the planet and stop us getting to this point that we have, what would you do?
I'd probably... That's difficult, actually. That's quite difficult. I'd probably save Nikola Tesla's life.
Oh, good choice.
Because he were robbed.
Oh, yeah. It's bloody Edison.
Yeah.
Nightmare.
Bastard.
Yeah.
Oh, look at me light bulb. Well in, Edison. Tesla, on the other hand.
Yeah.
Electricity for everyone, everywhere.
Yeah.
kind of pales in significance, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Edison's basically a hack, right?
Yeah.
Just a patent fiend.
He is the inventive version of Carlos Mencia. Stealing people's jokes,
Yeah.
making money off it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas Tesla, he was the OG. Knocking about.
Basically, it's like Da Vinci and then Tesla.
Yeah.
And everyone else is basically just kind of feeding off them.
He's like chaotic good version of Elon Musk. Because Musk is like lawful evil. Whereas like Tesla was just like, hey, look what I've made.
Like some of the stuff, like the plans that he had, is absolutely.
Because if we carry on to logical conclusions of if he lived and was revered, combustion engine just doesn't matter anymore.
Redundant.
We don't need loads of oil plants because everyone just goes, well, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm not having that he wouldn't have figured out solar energy quicker. It's Nikola Tesla is genius.
Imagine him with a budget and a staff instead of just like, sort of raving to himself in his sad little room.
Yeah, some bloke in a basement. Sad story that.
Like, one of his machines he managed to get a bit of a prototype to, like, managed to like cause tremors, like, and sort of started to cause a mini earthquake in town.
Yeah.
Like, that's just him pooling around on his own.
Yeah, it's just
like,
him knocking about.
Just the free energy machine. It's like, well, we think it sort of could work, but we're not actually smart enough to sort of figure it out ourselves.
That's when I record music in the basement most nights. Imagine coming downstairs and going, you feel a tremor? Go downstairs and I'm there like, look guys, look what I've made. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like that lad who made a nuclear reactor or something.
What?
A nuclear grade reactor, obviously without any nuclear material in it.
Right.
Like in his basement. Just some kid. And you're just like, Jesus. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And this were a Radio Lab episode, so you'll have to look it up. But yeah. And you just think to yourself, we have all these marvellous people around. And it's the fact that we don't invest in them. Instead we're like, what about an app where you get food quicker?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, let's delay some gratification, guys. Do you really need more than 4 pairs of shoes? Job interview, hiking, football, casual. Slippers at a push.
Yeah.
5 at a push.
Yeah.
That's all you need. That's what I mean. I think we need to move the focus from what we want to what we need. That's all it's about.
I guess that's it, isn't it? We've kind of built our lives and our economy based on being able to get what you want more and more easily. I think you always have that sort of high watermark of like, we've gone to the moon, and it's like, what are you doing now? And it's like, well, we just want to have sort of the same stuff we've already got, but have it a bit quicker.
Yeah, mental. I want the things that I have now, but just with different words. Mental. Like, no, come on. It's like when people go, self-driving cars. No, just a buzz. Am I going mental, or is self-driving cars just not a big revelation to me?
I can see that because some people sometimes enjoy driving around, but as a default, it's just a waste of time.
Waste of time.
So that's if you've spent 1,000 hours of your life driving, maybe for most people you might have enjoyed 100 of those, and then that all the rest you could have been doing, could have been reading.
Yeah, I think the amount of books I've read on the commute, happy days.
Got to say, if you're a bit of a podcast or audiobook fiend, you can maybe cheat a bit there and get your kicks on the way.
Yeah, that's fair. But I just mean, like, I just think that a lot of these revelations we're having, I get driverless cars in terms of transporting stuff. You know what I mean?
Also, just because people are bad drivers.
Yeah, bad drivers, let's automate it.
You'd save a lot of lives just by taking people out of the equation.
Yeah, you would. And it's like, I get why some people in rural areas, I get why you need a car. I'm not having to do it, you boo. I'm just saying, like, let's figure this out a little bit. Considering that the majority of us live in cities or towns. Let's figure this out. Let's figure this out. Yeah. So sorry, saving Nikola Tesla. Final answer, Anne.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, like, what's he going to do? Is he going to, like, stop the Industrial Revolution or something like that? But I think no, you've gone. I think you've gone for the wild card there. That's brilliant.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, Jacob Rees, what would you like to see as part of a Green New Deal?
Legalization of marijuana.
There we go. I mean, normative determinism there.
No, genuinely, like growing of hemp to use in industry. It grows like the similar rates like bamboo. Why are we not making paper out of it? Why are we not making concrete out of it? Yeah, it's mega reusable. Like it's a wonder crop. You know what I mean? Why are we not using hemp in loads of stuff? And what I would say is give people actually a what's it called? Where you give? I always forget this word. Give people a subsidy for growing industrial grade hemp material. If you want to take a bit of what off, it's on you. But like, for the most part, we should be subsidising these people. Every little bit, every house that I ever grow on, and especially and as well, places like hot countries, you can grow it everywhere. It's they used to grow hemp in fields in Russia. It's a robust crop.
Wow.
The only reason people grow it like they do is to increase its THC yield, but it's a robust crop. And I just think that'd be a key thing, is just getting the bullshit out of drug politics. Because once you clean that up, then you can start figuring out other things. Another thing I think we'd have, let's have some investment in solar. It costs a lot. It's money dense when you're making it, but then you're just making money off the best energy source there is.
Yeah, I mean, we've really not come across anything better than the sun, have we? What with the fact that, it will burn your skin off from space.
Yeah, from millions and millions of miles away.
It's quite far, like, that seems like a pretty limitless source if we can just actually catch it. Like, if you can make a disc a couple of meters across that absorbs some of that, you're laughing. We've got a lot of planet surface and we're not really using it, are we?
Yeah, I'd say as well a revolution in home gardening. I think that people growing food would be subsidised. I just basically think that give people the push to do it. Because then
a little incentive,
little garden co-ops, little community co-ops. Because then once you start growing food in community, old people get into the community, young people get out into the community. You get to know your neighbours. Crime goes down. People take pride in the community. People have purpose in their lives. Happiness goes up. You know what I mean? People don't, and as well because everyone's working from home. That's another thing they do. Continue working from home. They've got more time to work on these projects, and it all takes a little bit of work from everyone to get this figured out. Then we can decrease our imports because everyone's growing veg and stuff. You know what I mean? Standard of life goes up because we're consuming more homemade vegetables with less pesticides and additives. And then we can start investing in, say, countries that maybe it's more difficult for grow crops. Give them GM crops so that they can grow stuff so they're all right. I just think maybe I'm oversimplifying, but it seems to me that a lot of the politics is built around cash.
Oh, yeah.
When it's like, maybe it's I don't know, maybe I'm going to sound mentally here, but just do away with it. There needs to be another way.
Cash, get rid.
Another kind of currency. Some kind of different currency. You know what I mean? Beyond cash. Because what is money than just debt? And if we look at what money's done to the world, all right, yeah, consumer capitalism has made a lot of interesting stuff. But I mean, there's got to be another way. There's got to be another way. Because I see it everywhere I go. You know what I mean? Where I just think, do we really need that? Do we? Do we need that? And another thing I'd have in the Green Deal, some kind of cap on air travel. Because I think what it should be is that you should have to make a case for a flight abroad. Because you think of it, it's only in very recent history that the idea of going abroad just for leisure was a thing. And I think you should be able to go make your case. All right, some 17-year-old comes in front of him and goes, listen, I want to see the world. I want to experience new cultures. You know what, Jimmy? Here's $2,000. Go for 6 months, but you're walking. Still want to go? Oh, I don't know. Well, you know what, mate? Get on your way. Pick a rake up. Come back when you've had a think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've got to whip for it. Because the level of air travel we have just cannot continue. It's not sustainable. I don't really mind about leaving this country this much these days. Because it's mad how the sentence, oh, I need to get out of this country for a bit, is so common now. We see it as this kind of almost like a right. And I think to myself, everyone previously in history didn't really have an issue. And I think that the reason we want to get out of this country is because it's frankly depressing to live here at the moment. And has been for quite some time.
There's a lot that's depressing.
Yeah. But like, the British summertime is a beautiful thing to behold. I once seen a bloke driving down Deansgate in like middle of the afternoon when I were 18 or at uni. Top down, just blasting Juicy by Biggie Smalls. Everyone were loving it. Yeah, it's like, hey, party time. Just because it's sunny.
I can't think there are very many people who appreciate a sunny summer day more than British people.
That's why we go mad. That's why the British summertime's great, because everyone is like, wait a minute. Yeah. Like, I can go outside. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's a feeling that we could get all the time from different stuff. Like, because, you know, fascist ideology dictates that every country needs, or every nation needs, an external enemy against which to fight, and over which people need to be united against an external threat in order to keep society cohesive. And I understand the logic in that, but why not make that threat internal? Let's fight against people being on the streets. Let's fight against our communities being shit. You know what I mean? Because that's how you
fight against deprivation.
That's how you neuter the fascists. And it's the same way in that maybe communism hasn't got it bang on the other end of the spectrum. So it's like, well, people still need an identity. So
you would think that the possible destruction of our species, certainly our way of life and many other species, might be a bit of enough of a rallying cause. Maybe there's a little bit of room there, you know. How about everybody's life and way of life? Maybe that threat is a big enough enemy for us to get ourselves together and start living properly.
And as well, I wanted to have a nice garden.
Yeah,
That's the world I want to live in.
lots of bees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jellyfish.
All right. Well, make it happen, ladies. Let us know when you need us. We'll be here fixing the next problem. All right. Cheers, Weezy. All right. Planet saved.
Planet officially saved.
High fives all round.
All right.
How did we do? Was that all right?
I think a slightly more cynical man especially, would say that all we're suggesting is female autocracy.
Yeah.
Followed quickly by getting rid of selfie sticks and murdering politicians.
I mean, yeah, if you were to take a cynical view.
But that's a cynical person.
Yeah.
We're blue sky thinking.
Yeah. Very, very much so. I mean, we're not writing anything down.
And yeah, we're not. Which I mean is all the best do it.
Yeah.
Just make it up as you go
Einstein
along.
didn't write anything down.
Yeah.
You see Captain Planet with a pen? No, mate.
I mean, let's be honest, our politicians for the last 10 years don't appear to be doing so either.
No,
We just make it up as we go along.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
We'll do it on the night.
Yeah. So, I guess we can all relax for a bit, maybe.
Sleep easier, Britain.
Yeah. But also, let's get to work.
Well, once again, thank you very much for listening. Thank you to the Old Abbey Tap House.
Thank you, Toad.
And all who inhabit it. Thank you very much to yourselves for listening.
Thank you,
to the
guys. We love you.
NHS. And thank you to Have I Missed? Oh yeah, support your friends' businesses.
Mm-mm.
And despite government advice, please remain vigilant and please stay indoors.
Look
the
after
virus could be
yourselves.
hiding anywhere.
That's true, it's small. Alright, we best go now.
Bye.
Alright, what's love, guys? Bye.
Bye.